There's one. Oh yeah, this one's moving. That might be a trout. Goes down, going up stream now. Definitely more lively than the whitefish on average. Ooh. Trying to back up slowly and I'm stepping on a bunch of boulders. What do we got here? It's a feisty little bugger. He's zipping up and down, in and out. Now he's going downstream. Give him some side pressure and try to get him back up above me here. Make him fight both the little current there is in this spot, but keep his head facing upstream. Yeah. Let's see what he took. Not a real big one. I don't think is not nearly as big as that last one, but he's fighting. All right, now we've got him coming in. Yeah, it's a healthy one. They're in good shape. He must have been eating good this summer. Yeah, he took the perdigon too, so I will leave both flies on for now. Pretty fish. All right, so I've got just a little bit more up to where the faster water is right here, and then I'm gonna move on up. But it's hard to leave fish to go find fish. There's another one. One thing I'm doing on the way back up, as opposed to what I did on the way back, when I first started working downstream, was I'm also putting it a little bit deeper now. Something I do and I don't always talk about is I'll do a stretch of fishing. That's a little guy. You know, using the end of the colored line as a, where is it? As a depth indicator. It's a little brown trout. And then make another run at a different depth. Kind of get a better feel for where they're hanging out a lot of times. Oh, it's tangled up a little bit. There we go. So, and it seems like I might not have been deep enough on my initial run through, even though I caught a few. It seems I'm picking them up a little bit more now by keeping that line just a little bit deeper. And as long as I'm not hitting bottom and coming up with snot on my hooks, deeper is usually better. Which a lot of times, like on that first run, I was catching them all on the surveyor, which is the bottom fly. But now that I'm holding the line a little bit lower, deeper, they're starting to hit that perdigon too, so maybe it's getting a little more in their zone as well. At least that's the story I like to tell myself, like I might know what they're actually doing or thinking. Could just be total dumb luck and random for all we know. But it is great to be back out and to see some fish. This is as good a start to the day that I've had on this water in quite some time. I mean, like a couple of years. since the flooding. I didn't bring Oni with me today because I just thought he always wants to be in the water and it's obviously cold. And when I cross, he'll have to swim a little bit or get completely wet at least. And I didn't want to make him suffer through that, although he would love to do it. He's been a hunting fool this year. I've been going out 4, usually 5 days a week. I made a handful of trips to eastern Montana. Just been on a lot of birds. He's coming along well. And he could be sore and 3-legged, but when he sees me putting on the bird hunting clothes or grabbing my shotgun, he'll happily limp along and beg to go. All right, I only moved up about 75 yards. I had a knot in my tippet and had to break off the tungsten surveyor. I'll re-rig everything before I get up to the good pool, but I thought I'd give this a little run. A few drifts with the Perdigon just to see. It always looks good, but I don't always catch anything in it. Catch something in it. In this colder temperature, I'm not expecting too much in this little section here. It's not super fast, but it's also not real deep, which is where you usually target during the winter. But there's a fish right there. As I'm hedging my bets, oh, feels like a trout. Oh yeah, it's like a brown. Oh, come on, upstream. Oh, Jesus. I was getting it tangled up around me. Oh no, that's not good. Didn't want him to get below me like that. But the angle he approached me, didn't let me lay the rod down sideways. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a good brown. There we go. That's a nice little brown. Got a little shoulder on him. Go back and grow up, big guy. All right. Well, Perdigon works, I guess. It's the only fly I have on. Amazing they can find that silly looking little fly in the water. It always looks good right on that far side underneath the tree, but in the summertime when the water's up, oh, that was a hit. You can't reach it very easily. I was looking down, stumbling through the boulders when that had that last hit. See if we can get another. Oh, no, that was bottom. Hard to see the line. There's one. Well, good thing I stopped at this run. I normally, oh, there's a good jump that I normally pass over. Shiny little rainbow. Come on. Oop. Oh, there we go. Boy, this is turning out to be a good day. Oop. Oh, fly already came out. Little fella. it going. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to work this little run a little bit more thoroughly, I suppose. You get some tremendous reach with a long rod in line like this without having to get up past my knees very much. Almost to the other shoreline right there. Well, I'll try a few more up here before I move on. I keep saying I'm gonna move on to where the good spots are, but I guess the good fishing is where the fish are. Oop, that was bottom. There's a couple good spots, little separation in the seams that I can see here. One about 3/4 of the way over in that other seam. The bottom is a little bit different color, a little bit deeper water. I think it'll be a good spot to find one hiding out. That was bottom. And there's this shallow stuff in the middle. There's one. Oh yeah, that's definitely a trout. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a nice rainbow too. Oh, he turned on me and I didn't want to overbend the tip there when I didn't have a hold of the line. We've got a good bend in the rod there as I'm trying to bring him upstream to me. Oh, he's running downstream now. There he goes. And get him fighting the current as well as the side pressure and hope to tire him out. Trying to work him back upstream again. And he keeps wanting to go downstream. That's a big old fatty there. Let's see if that little hook will stay buttoned. Oh, geez, missed him. There we go. Yeah, that's a thick one. Not as thick as that big one I caught earlier, but really nice fish. It's about I think it's about an size 18 hook I've got on. It's a real nice fish. But kind of knew that based on how he looked when he was jumping. So that was that shallow spot in the middle between the two seams I was talking about. Try a little bit more of it. Maybe there's another sitting in there. And then I'll try that far seam. That dinging I just heard is my phone. And it's Brandon asking how I'm doing. Because he hasn't been out fishing for a while. In fact, our wilderness trip was the last time I fished, like I said earlier. All right, so this is that far seam I was talking about, seeing if I can find one in there. There he is. Oh yeah, nice jumper. Trying to keep my arms out of the way of the camera here. Oh, that's a good strong fish. A lot of jumping action. Look at the bend on that rod. Love these Keiryu rods. Come on. All right, get him over to the soft water. He doesn't want to go upstream of me. Usually that's nice because then I can just lift the rod and let him drift right to me, but he's bound and determined not to cooperate and make it an easy landing. So let's see if I can get him in the slow stuff and skitter him by the rocks. There we go. That's another fatty. Man, this is easily the best day I've had on this water for a couple of years, and I'm still within sight of the truck. Nice little guy. All right, let's try that seam one more time before I go back up to what used to be the good spots. Maybe this is the good spots nowadays, or at least this time of year. Got him. Ooh, I see a couple midges. I'm gonna get up to some of those other pools where there might be some more hatching going on. There's a little guy. What is it? Little whitey? Looks like a baby whitefish. Come here. Yep. There he goes. Long release.